Police confirm that at least 19 people have been killed and 50 others injured at pop star Ariana Grande's show in Manchester, which is in northern England. Good evening, I'm Steve Long. A focal point in the heart of Rapid City is being ravaged by flames tonight. Good evening, I'm Steve Long. A wildfire started on M Hill just before 7 o'clock. Julie Oberlander joins us live now with more. Julie? Police named Mark Allen Heinen as the main suspect in the June shooting at a North Rapids storage unit. The 33-year-old Heinen faces alternative counts of second-degree murder and first-degree manslaughter for allegedly shooting Walker, who walked to the Burger King on East North Street. The lengthy search for 3 men reported missing on the Pine Ridge Reservation has come to a tragic end. The 3 were last seen May 7th, and their bodies were found last night in a steep ravine that borders the White River on the reservation. We hear the stories of elderly folks who can't even remember their loved ones. Black Hills Fox reporter Katrina Lim joins us live in the studio to take a deeper look at Alzheimer's. Katrina? The Pennington County Sheriff's Office is looking for help in finding a missing Hill City teenager. 15-year-old Evening Dawn Howie was last seen last night. She is Native American, 5'4", 150 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. We started with 20 contestants and then narrowed that down to 4 finalists. You've been hearing from them over the past 4 weeks, and it's almost time to hand out our $7,500 in scholarship money from Black Hills Fox and Granite Automotive. $4,000 goes to this year's winner with a $2,000 scholarship for second, $1,000 for third, $500 for fourth. We'll announce those winners tomorrow. Out on a story earlier today, and it was sunny, and then it rained, and then it got sunny, and then home for dinner tonight, and it was sunny and raining at the same time.
Yeah, made fun of us.
Whitney Kent, is that your showbiz name? I mean, Clark Kent, maybe I could see you whipping off that,
throwing on some,
you know, the big S on
glasses.
there, or the big T.
Yeah, I'll
Super
take
Taylor.
it. Yeah. I'm more Clark Kent than Superman, but yeah, I'll take it.
All right. Thank you, Taylor. You were talking about white stuff, and I'm just trying to figure out, is it like powdered sugar, granulated sugar?
Stuff in the middle of Oreos.
Stuff are we?
Yeah, we're going to expect in
it's good stuff, right?
double stuff in parts of the bighorns, and then just
regular Oreos.
I ate too many Oreos. I'm sorry. Yeah, we might see a little bit of some snow.
This scene up here is absolutely gorgeous. If you look behind us, there are bikes as far as the eye can see, and they say numbers are down this year, but you would never know it from our vantage point. Less traffic should mean fewer traffic citations, but the South Dakota Highway Patrol says numbers are actually up for this year. About 100 more traffic tickets and moving violations have been issued this year compared to last.
But it's about perfect out here tonight.
It may be even a little hot. Last night we were hiding from the lightning. Right now we almost need some suntan lotion.
Great night for motorcycles. And
you know, when the rain moved out, the cold air moved in. So if you're planning to come down to catch a concert tonight or just socialize, I'd highly recommend a jacket or a sweatshirt. In a city of must-see attractions, there's one not listed in the tourist guides, but maybe should be. His stage is a downtown street corner, no ticket required. Tonight we go along the way with a man locals know as Memphis Bob, but know little else about. At the corner of 6th and St. Joseph is a living, breathing harmonica jukebox. If you've heard it, he probably plays it. He estimates he knows about 1,000 songs, and on sunny summer days, right around lunchtime, you'll often find him playing, always in the same spot. His trusty sidekick Scowler the dog never leaves his side. Bob says he used to live in Memphis. Now he's known as Memphis Bob.
A friend of mine stuck it on me. Yeah, I can't stand Memphis. That's okay. You can't stand me either.
His real name is Robert Snyder, although nobody calls him that. And for about 17 years, he says he's claimed this as his corner.
There's 16 places in this town you can play. This one's mine. You got 15 more to choose from. Usually they got the idea.
He says he served in the Marines from 1973 to 75. Never deployed as the war in Vietnam was wrapping up. But it was during that time he got his first harmonica.
Oh yeah, they used to throw things at me back in the barracks. And that wasn't even when the lights were out. But I was trying to learn, you know.
And he did learn. using the harmonica for years now to make some extra money.
Thank you. Have a good one. Take care.
Money he never could have guessed he would need. Made all the more impressive considering this.
I used to be a welder. Lost my arm. Auto accident. Years ago. Still there. Just has no feeling.
While his arm has no feeling, his music does. A living, breathing harmonica jukebox. If you've heard it, he probably plays it. At 11 years old, Scow has just one eye, losing the other, Bob says, to glaucoma. When they're done, Bob packs up his cart, crosses the street, and fades into the crowd until next time. Not yet a Rapid City tourist attraction, but perhaps he should be. If you've met someone cool along the way, please call or email us to let us know. I asked Bob what he hopes people get out of his music, and he said, quote, a happy feeling. And if that's his goal, I think it's probably safe to say he achieves that every time he plays. Ranchers are part of our history here, but we seldom see them and even less often hear their stories. But just over the border into Montana, there's one cowboy that looks as though he just stepped out of an old Western motion picture. Tonight, the true life tale of a lifelong rancher as we go along the way to Alzada, Montana. This is a place where wide open land rolls out from the tree line like a blanket, a place where river water flows through a ravine with the soothing sound of a daydream, and a place where a cowboy, like 73-year-old cattle rancher Ed Lawrence, can still call home.
The feel of freedom, you know, you don't have a 9-to-5 job, you don't have somebody telling you what to do. We make our own decisions of what we're going to do.
And he's been making decisions for a long time now.
My dad got sick when I was a sophomore in high school, and so I've basically run a ranch ever since.
In the silence of a fall day, if you listen close enough, you can even hear the sound of his spurs.
The jingle is music to the cowboy.
A cowboy he's been, a cowboy he is. Long hours and hard work are his life.
93% of the time you're going from dark 30 to dark 30. You get up early, you work all day, and then when it gets dark, you might be done.
And here, they still do most of their work on horseback.
The name of the ranch is my brand, which is the Mill Iron, so we call it the Mill Iron Ranch. As soon as I step on the horse, he becomes my legs.
His horse's name is 007, and while horses are essential to their work, they're also a refuge for peace of mind.
Best feeling in the world. If I'm stressed out, if I get a horseback and ride out through like livestock or something like that, it's just kind of a letdown, you know, you just kind of mellow out, kind of enjoy the surroundings that you're in.
And as if ranching for decades isn't fascinating enough, there's something else Ed's been doing for decades, and it has to do with silver.
When I was younger, riding with older guys that had silver on their spurs, was always intrigued with it. And so thought maybe I ought to try to make some.
And so, as Ed does, he did. A challenge met. A self-taught silversmith now for decades.
Thought they'd only make a couple of pairs, 2 or 3 pairs, and I'm getting real close to 500 pairs now.
While he sells them, he also makes and wears his own, even pulling them off his own feet to show us. A buffer makes them shine.
All the mountings is sterling silver, and the brand, that is my cattle brand, it's sterling silver also.
One pair of spurs can take 40 to 50 hours. He also makes other items, including bits. He estimates 50 hours to make this one. It's only the shiny parts of the spurs and bits that are actually silver.
All the bars here are sterling. All the teardrop conchos are sterling.
With humble pride in his work, his spurs and bits are each numbered.
says this is the 190th bit made, and then with my name, Ed Lawrence, Alzada, Montana, on it as the maker.
And ready for this? He's also a leather worker. He even made his own horse's saddle.
Some of my silver up in the candle there's got my brand on it.
Wearing his own spurs, making his horse's saddle. This is a place where a 73-year-old cattle rancher like Ed Lawrence can still call home, amidst the comforting crunch of his horse's hooves. If you've met someone cool...